Hello, I'm Stephen Melville. I live at Couple of Hills Farm, just on the outskirts of St Andrews. We have an arable farm extending to about 350 acres, and we have diversified into self-catering holiday lodges. We have 4 of them now, and we did a little bit of B&B in the farmhouse. We started up the agritourism business in 2012. I came back from a job in Cumbria to take over the farm, and at the same time we decided the farming wasn't going to make this the return we wanted, so we had to diversify. So the lodges were set up. The first 2 were set up in 2012, and then we set up the second 2 in 2017.
Perfect.
In terms of things that went well for us when we were setting up the diversification business, I was very fortunate that I had worked as an agricultural advisor, so I would say getting somebody on board to help out from an advisory side is critical, who knows what grants are available and what pitfalls are out there potentially. So being able to do the cash flows, the budgets, and knowing where to look for funding was critical, really. Things that didn't maybe go quite so smoothly when we were setting up the agritourism business was planning. Even though it wasn't difficult getting planning permission from the council, the problem was the transportation department. Road access into rural areas isn't always great, and that was the one area that we struggled with a little bit. We basically had to petition all the local councillors, and once it went to the planning committee, it breezed through with no problem whatsoever. But it's just something to be really aware of, is the whole planning side of things in roads departments. I think a little bit more leniency is maybe required when it comes to access to rural areas.
Okay.
When customers arrive at Couple of Hills and St Andrews Country Lodges, they're looking for somewhere rural, that is safe, quiet. We have amazing views. I don't know if you'll see them later on. We have fantastic views here, and so much space for people to walk around in complete safety and peace. I think one of the key ingredients as well has to be delivering on quality. We've always focused on making sure the lodges are to the highest standard, clean, tidy, easy to find. And basically, if there's a problem ever when the guests come and arrive, you basically want to sort it out as quickly as possible. Guests are generally very understanding, and they accept that things will go wrong. It's just dealing with things in the appropriate manner as quickly as possible that's key, I think.
Good, okay.
From a statutory point of view, and what do we have to do to keep ourselves compliant, there's the fire safety regulations you have to adhere to. We always have to think about Legionnaires and making sure everything is kept up to date on that side of things. And obviously during COVID, it really came to the fore that there was a real concern about making sure everything was clean and hygiene was at the highest standards. So it's, I think, a good legacy from all that is that people are keeping their properties a lot cleaner and a lot tidier now, and are really aware of those things. And just coming into play in the next year is the new self-catering regulations that are introduced by the Scottish Government. So that's going to introduce quite a burden to the industry, and I think we're all just getting to grips now with what all is involved with that. So the key ingredients for a successful agritourism business, I suppose, would you always have to be friendly, personable, get back to guests as quickly as you can, deal with any issues that arise, plan ahead, do your budgeting, and try your very best to get hold of grant funding if you can. There's not a lot of funding available right now, but I think new sources will come online at some point in the near future. But understanding what the customer wants and delivering on service. And be a part of Scottish agritourism if you can. Go rural, and Scottish agritourism offer a fantastic service. There's a wealth of information there, and tap into that source and join up.
Perfect.